Welcome to a new episode with ideas and insights. Find the strategies, tactics, and tools for your success in your initiative, project, and campaign. You are listening to the IdeaCast with your host, Tom Wittig.
Wow, it has been a painful time for some organizations, especially if you have to reduce the staff, let people go, and even some of your key talents, key performers, and so on. Now, this also creates some uncertainty if the people experience that in the workplace, and it creates a feeling of discomfort, uncertainty, and many employees may actually already be looking elsewhere. Now, the key question is, what can you do in order to keep your candidate recruitment going, the momentum going, and keep the audience up to date? Now, when we planned the episodes for the podcast, we were planning an extensive series about recruiting tactics. This is something we want to do a little bit later because we found out that many companies, many listeners are actually more interested in the demand side at this point in time. But in the spirit of, let's say, planning your recovery from the corona crisis, it's also important how you can keep the momentum in the recruitment process going. And this is actually a tactic which you can also use again in later times when we are hopefully have left the corona crisis behind us. Now, the first question is, should you put your hiring and your recruitment marketing on hold? Now, the easiest but not so useful answer is it really depends on several factors. So the key questions here to ask is, for example, by when do you expect the demand to increase again? Where do you expect to need the people? Where do you need to hire the people? In which geographies and for which job roles, for example? How important is it for you to ramp up quickly, or can you afford a slower ramp up when it comes to the staffing side, the capacity of your business? So that's really dependent if you're more in the service business or product business or retail business and so on. Then also you need to consider what are the number of people and staff that you need to hire. And then do you have to start over again? So at that point in time, do you still have a candidate pool? Do you have an audience that you can tap into? Do you have still the applications from candidates, or do you have to start over again? And the more important these questions are, and the more impact, the higher the impact is on your ability to acquire customers, to deliver customers' requests and products and services, the more important it is that you keep your recruitment momentum going. So here are a couple of key tactics that you can consider for keeping your audience going. The first is, of course, to keep the addressable audience as a reasonable size. By addressable audience, I mean, think about this as, let's say, job candidates coming to your website, being aware of your company and what you have to offer. So you can check your audience statistics in the recruitment platforms such as LinkedIn, Google, Bing, and many other platforms. Facebook also is a good place for that. If you have not set up your audiences for candidates or key talents in these platforms, I suggest you consider that. And also shift your spending, your ad spending, towards keeping the audience going, even if you're not showing any specific job ads at the time. So that is helping you actually to have a good size retargeting or remarketing audience when you have, let's say, new job offers that you are advertisement and that you are recruiting for. Number two, what you can do very easily is to adjust the time frame of your job postings. So if, for example, you have a job posting that is open for 30 days only for the month of May, for example, you can say we are going to extend the the job posting for another 2 or 3 months. So that way people can discover the job ads and start making up their mind, learning about your company, and hopefully submitting an application. Number 3, engage the candidate pool with valuable and beneficial information and valuable for the candidates. For example, you can publish employer branding related content. That sounds bigger than it actually is, but tell people about the company, what is actually happening in the company, what are the locations, the products, what does a day in the life of a certain specialist look like, and so on. You can also offer them free versions of your products and engage them in learning experience. This is especially true for software organizations, for example, who are looking for employees or partners or delivery partners down the road. It's a good time right now to get people more familiar with your products and your software platforms or software as a service. And when the time comes that demand is picking up again, you have a whole army of people that are trained on your product, actually. You can also offer them free certifications, for example. That's a good way to get people engaged and also offer them something that has a value above and beyond the trial period and when they are looking for jobs in your company or, for example, in your partner ecosystem. Many software companies have a partner ecosystem, and why not contributing to the partner ecosystem by having well-trained individuals who took courses in your online academy, for example. Now, as always, I'd like to give a little pro tip or a hint at the end of this episode. Right now, many advertisement platforms are pushing video very much. So make sure that you are using video-based content as much as you can. This is a highly effective way to generate traffic, and also it is very efficient when it comes to the cost per viewer, the cost per action, the cost per visitor, for example. The key platforms are focusing on video content, they're promoting it, and this is a great time to produce that content and also make it available on the platforms. So with these tactics, I hope you get some new ideas in how to keep your recruitment audience momentum going without actually recruiting at this point in time. And as always, I wish you good luck and success in your projects, campaigns, and businesses. See you next time.
When you are looking for inspiration and help with your digital marketing and growth initiatives, please check out our digital marketing agency, WITTIGONIA Digital. We provide a range of support from strategy to implementation tactics and optimization of digital marketing campaigns. From managed services to workshops and compact learning modules, our work supports you and your team. Discover more at wittigonia.com. Thank you for listening. I hope you find this episode interesting and helpful. Please rate and share this episode with your team, colleagues, and friends. You can find links to more information in the show notes of this episode.